Hi, and welcome to All of Math, Episode 1, Numbers and Counting, a series where I take you from the very basic concepts of math to the very last concepts of the subject. So, in the first episode, we will cover numbers and counting, starting with the very first question of what is a number? So, what is a number? What do these symbols even mean? What do they represent? Why do we use them? And numbers represent a quantity or how many of anything subjectively or objectively. So we have one smiley face, and we'll count up to 2 smiley faces, 3 smiley faces, 4 smiley faces, and finally 5 smiley faces right there on the end. They represent a value of a grouping. So if we look at these 4 smiley faces, there are count 1, 2, 3, and 4 in that grouping, so we know there are 4. Let's take this to a real world example, and let's say we're on the beach and we find a seashell. So we only have one seashell now. Now we find another. So we'll have, count them, 1, 2 seashells, and we'll find a third. Excellent. So we have 3 seashells now, but unfortunately one of them turns out to be a rock, right? So we'll just chuck it back in the ocean, right? And now we only have 2 seashells. But, we're conservationists at heart, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to leave the 2 seashells there when we leave the beach. Now how many seashells do we have? We have 0. 0 seashells. We are very sad. We don't have any seashells. It's a pretty sad day. But nevertheless, 0 represents nothing, or a value that means nothing. It is a value of none, right? Having nothing. I have $0 in my bank account. I have 0 apples on my desk right now. Alrighty, and now to advanced counting. So let's take a look at this top line of numbers here, and please don't be intimidated by the large amount of numbers on the screen right now. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that last one on the end there is 9. Those are the 10 numbers that will make up every number you will ever see. Those numbers will be arranged into orders in which it describes the value of a number, right? So we had the 3 seashells, and it is described by the value of 3. Counting after 9, though, we will have 1 in the first place, and then we will continue up that same pattern we had for those original numbers. So 1, 0, 10, 1, 1, 11, 1, 2, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, all the way to 19, and then we'll go with 2 for it being the second number in the sequence. And then once you get to 99, and then you'll get to 100, 3 digits. So as you go along past 9, you will be just adding a digit to the end. Those are described by those right there. So we have 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, and a million. A million being the number on the bottom right, with the 6 zeros next to it. Now just because there's zeros in the number, that doesn't mean it has 0 value. So 1 million is 1 million ones, not 1 with 6 zeros, meaning it has no value. It has a value of 1 million. It's a rather large number, and 0 is a rather small number. You'll notice I've put commas into the 3 places on all of the zeros here, and that'll walk through with the number 1,000, right? I have a comma there on 1,000 after the 3 zeros, and we'll add that after every 3 zeros behind the starting number, right? So in here I've highlighted in yellow all the zeros and which ones apply and which ones don't. So have a look there at 10,000 and 100,000 at the bottom, and notice the zeros that are still in white and not yellow because they're not in groups of 3. Look at 1 million and 1,000 to see the groupings of 3. Alrighty, and here are the takeaways and what you should have learned. First of all, 0 and what it is. You should know what 0 is. You should understand how to count, and you should also know what a number is. Here's a little homework for next episode. How many is this? What number is missing in this sequence? And where should the comma go in this number? I'm going to give you a second to pause, before I reveal the answers. Alrighty, and here are the answers. It'll be 4 smiley faces. The number missing in the sequence is 5, and the comma goes in the third place, or 10, comma 00 into the number 10,000. Thank you everybody for watching. Like and subscribe to Broad Enough Learning. I hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.